Welcome to episode 34 of our ComfyUI tutorial series. Today, I will show you how to use the DeepSeek Janus Pro model to generate a prompt from an image, and then use that prompt to generate a similar image. Open ComfyUI, go to the manager, and then the Custom Nodes Manager. Search for Janis Pro, and install the one called ComfyUI Janus Pro, created by this author. Click on the Install button and select the version, then wait a bit for it to install. When it's finished, click on the Restart button and confirm. Once it's done, you will be prompted to refresh ComfyUI. But we need to add some models, so I will close the command window and ComfyUI for now. Next, go to the ComfyUI folder and look for the Models folder. Here, we need to create a new folder with this exact name, Janus, with a capital J, followed by a line, and then Pro, with a capital P. Enter that folder, then go to the address bar, type CMD, and press Enter. This will open the command window in that folder. Now we can download the model from Hugging Face. There are two versions, 1B, which is smaller, and 7B, which is larger. Let's start with the 1B version. If I click on the three dots, I have the option to clone the repository. Clicking on it gives you options to clone it. I will use this command. There is a button you can use to copy it, but I will also provide the commands in the description and on Discord. Then go to the command window, paste the command, and press Enter. It will start cloning. As you can see here, I reached 100%, but it says it only copied a few megabytes. So I go to the files and versions, and as you can see, there are a lot of files here. In order for it to work, we need all the files from this folder saved on our computer. If I go to the folder, you can see that the clone command created a folder for the Janus Pro 1B version. If I go inside, you can see it copied almost all the files except for the large model. Comparing the files, we can see that the PyTorch model is missing because it was a large file, around 4 gigabytes, it didn't download. So I will close this command window and download the model manually. It's important to save it in the right folder, so save it into the Janus Pro 1B folder. Since it's a large file, just wait for it to finish downloading. Once it's done, we can see the file here in the folder, and we have all the files we need to run it. Now I can start ComfyUI, and we can begin creating our workflow. Double-click on the canvas, search for Janus, and you will find three options: the model loader, the image generation node, and the image understanding node. Let's select the Janus model loader. As you can see, by default, it selected the Janus Pro 1B version. If you downloaded the 7B version, you will need to change it here. Then we add the image understanding node. We connect the model and preprocessor inputs. And as you can see, it has an image input. So we can add a load image node and upload an image. Let's say I select this portrait of a wizard. Now this node takes instructions, and by default, it says describe this image in detail. We need another node to show us the prompt. I will use the Show Any node from the Easy Use pack, but it can work with any node that displays a string. And of course, let's not forget to connect the Load Image node to the Image Understanding node. Now, when I run the workflow, it will load the model. The first time is slower because it needs to load that 4 GB model. If you're using the 7B version, it's even bigger, so you'll need more memory for that. Then it takes the image and looks at the instruction, which is to describe the image. In the Show Any node, I can see the prompt it generated. Now, the 7B version is smarter than the 1B, so you'll probably get better results, but it is also bigger and slower. Since randomize is set in the settings, each time I run the workflow, I get a new prompt. It should all be similar, but you can try a few seeds to see what the model can detect in the image. As you can see here, once the model is loaded, it can generate a prompt in a second. Let's quickly test the image generator. Double-click on the canvas and add the Janus Image Generation node. Then connect the model and processor here. You can add a prompt like a photo of a cat. Next, add a Save Image node so we can see and save the resulting image. Now, when I run it, it will generate a cat for me because that was the prompt. As you can see, this image generator is not as good as Flux or other models. But if I want to use the prompt I got from the image, I can drag a connection from this text to the prompt area. A green dot will appear, which will convert that text area to an input instead. Now, when I test it, it will use that prompt instead. I will use other models since this one is not as great. Let's test it with an SDXL model using a simple workflow like we did in episode 3. So you can see how you can connect these Janus nodes to any workflow. Right now, this workflow just generates what's in the prompt area of the text encoder. Let's add the Janus model loader like we did before. You can select the model you have from here, then add the image understanding node and connect the model and preprocessor inputs. I want the text to go to the text encoder and replace the prompt, so you drag the link to the top left of that text area until the green dot appears. When you release it, it will make a connection there. Now, our text will go from here into the text encoder. We can add a show any node just to see what is going on and what prompt it gives us. And we need the image from which we'll get the prompt, so we add the load image node and select the image we want to get the prompt from. Connect the image to the image input, and that's all. We get the model, we get the image, it describes the image and generates a prompt. Then the SDXL workflow will generate an image using that prompt. And this is the result. You can run it multiple times. Now, of course, the Flux models are better at prompt understanding, so that's my favorite. If you have a good video card, you'll probably want to use that too. So I will load a workflow from episode 10 where I use the Flux Dev Guff version, testing quickly to see if everything still works. Then let's complicate the workflow a little more so we can make things easier for ourselves. I will add a positive node from the Easy Use pack. Here we can add our prompts, then add the Janus model loader node, followed by the Janus Image Understanding node. We'll connect the inputs. Next, we add the load image node and upload the image. We connect the load image node to the image understanding node and add the show any node to see how our node looks. So we've done the same steps as before. When I run the workflow, it will run all the workflows I have in the canvas, including the Flux workflow, and then load the Janus workflow that gives me a prompt. What I want now is a little more control to be able to add my own prompt to this existing prompt. So I am adding a node called text concatenate from the WAS node suite. With this node, we can combine text. I want my prompt to come first, followed by the Janus prompt, separated by a comma, which is set here. The combined prompt will then go into the Flux workflow, into the text encoder node. Let me add another show any node so you can see how the final combined prompt will look. You can rename these nodes if you want to make them easier to remember. Just double-click on the title and type your new title. Now, when I run the workflow, you can see that it takes my prompt from here, or whatever text you have entered, and then adds a comma followed by the Janus prompt. So I can add something like portrait photo of a wizard, and when I run the workflow, I get that text first, followed by the Janus generated prompt. All of it goes together to the Flux workflow, which generates this image of a wizard. This can be quite useful. You get prompt ideas from an image, then you can experiment, and depending on the models you use, sometimes you'll get similar results. Let's test it with a different image, like this portrait of a woman. I will remove the existing prompt and just generate using the Janus prompt alone. The result is a portrait of a woman. This saves some time when trying to figure out the right prompt. Now, let's test with something else, like these buttons that have text on them. Look at that prompt. It managed to read the correct text on each button, and the result is this image. So the prompt we get from an image isn't perfect all the time, but it does a good job considering the size of the model. After a few more tests, I created these workflows that you can get for free from Discord. I have a group here for the Janus nodes so we can generate a prompt. Then I added a switch so we can use our own prompt instead if we want. Let me turn off this group so you can see it better. Right now, when I run the workflow, I get the prompt from the Janus model. I added this fast group muter node that can enable or disable the Janus group. So if it says no here, it will take my own prompt instead of the Janus prompt. See, when I run the workflow, I get my own prompt. This can be useful if you first generate a prompt with Janus, but the result isn't great. You can copy that prompt, paste it here, and then adjust it to fit what you have in mind. So it will take that prompt when I run the workflow. I will enable this group so we can run the Flux workflow, and this is the result. As I said before, these are the instructions for the model. Most of the time it says image of a person, but it didn't specify wizard or man. It just says person. Right now, if I try to get a different version, nothing happens because I set the seed to be fixed, making it easier to use with those switches. But you can change it to random if you want, and each time you run it, you'll get a different response. But most of the time, it says image of a person. So how can we help it give better results? Maybe we can try adding more information to the instruction text and ask it to include certain words like photo of a wizard. Look at that. Now the prompt is more accurate. I did a few more tests to see how we can improve those instructions. I have a simple workflow, just image to prompt, and we get what we expect. A prompt that says an image of a person. So I was thinking, why not give some hints about what the image is in the instructions? Instead of using the word image, I put photo of a wizard. It's not perfect. I got the wizard, but didn't get the photo word. However, on the second try, using a different seed, I got both the photo and wizard words. So it seems to help. Let's see if we can push it even further. I added portrait photo of a wizard and asked to include photography-related terms, but I wanted more detail since it seems I didn't get exactly what I wanted. So I added camera, lens, and light to see if we can trigger better prompts. This time, I got a better prompt. It seems I got portrait photo, words like bokeh. The photograph is taken with a wide aperture and a few terms for light such as natural lighting. Also here, the lighting is described as natural. Let's see how to install the 7B model, which is smarter. We'll go to the Models folder, then into the Janis Pro folder. In the address bar, type CMD and press Enter to open the command window in that path. Now from the Hugging Face page for the Janus Pro 7B model, we need to download all the files. Click on the three dots and select Clone Repository. Copy the git clone command, then paste the command here and press Enter. Again, you'll see that it was fast because it didn't download the large models. We can close the window now. Theoretically, you should use this command before running the git clone to install LFS so it can download large files. But for some reason, it didn't work for me. It showed as installed, but it still didn't download the large files. So I'm downloading them manually. There are two parts, 1 and 2. We need to place them in the folder that was created when I ran the clone command. As you can see, we have all the files except those two parts. I can copy the path from here, click on the download button, and paste the path into the file name. When I click Save, it will navigate to that path, and now I can save the model. I repeat the process for the second part, which is smaller. Wait for them to download since they are pretty big. Now I have both of them here, so now I can start ComfyUI again and give it a test. With the 1B model, I get a prompt like this. Let me add a note so I can paste the prompt there to see it. Now keep in mind that different images will give different prompts. Some will be longer, some shorter, depending on the image complexity. From here, I can select the 7B model, and when I test it, I get a similar prompt. Since the 7B model is smarter and larger, it takes a little more time to generate the prompt. Let's replace the word image with photo portrait of a wizard, and now I get a bit more detail about that wizard. I also tried to create longer prompts sometimes. It works if I just add, give me a very long prompt. And of course, depending on the image, you can try including some of the words there too, so it can generate more complex prompts for you since the Flux model likes long and detailed prompts. Look at this big prompt I got with a lot of details. I can compare it again with the 1B model, and I got a long prompt for that one too. So in my opinion, if you don't have a lot of video RAM, just go with the 1B model. If you have more than 16 GB of video RAM, you can use the 7B model. I even asked ChatGPT, activated the search on the web to get more accurate results, and asked about the difference between them. As you can see here, I got more details. I still use the ChatGPT paid version most of the time to get prompts for images, but Janus can be a good alternative for getting prompts for free on a local computer. Leave a like or a comment if you found this video helpful, as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. A huge thank you to all the legends for your amazing support. If you're a legend member, don't forget to link your Discord with YouTube to get access to the exclusive Legends channel on the server. A special shout out to the VIPs and everyone else who supports the channel through memberships, super thanks, or likes. I truly appreciate you all. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you on Discord.